Welcome to today's edition of Crypto Corner at InvestorIdeas.com. News on what's driving the cryptocurrency market. Hey everyone, this is Sam Mowers here, and welcome to episode 425 of the Crypto Corner podcast. For news today, Grayscale came near $1 billion in Q2 investments. Japan has included a CBDC in its economic plan, and Travala.com has seen business spike following its recent partnership with Expedia. But just before we jump into today's show, a quick reminder that if you enjoy the podcast, please feel free to share it or leave us a review. And I recommend checking out some of the other podcasts on Investor Ideas, including the Cannabis Podcast, as well as the Clean Tech and Climate Change Podcast, both of which will bring you up to speed on the latest stock news and trends in their respective spaces. Alright, so crypto asset manager Grayscale Investments released a report highlighting investment activity across its family of products, which found that in Q2 of 2020, it raised $905.8 million. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, which trades on the OTC under the ticker symbol GBTC, led among investments, accounting for $751.1 million and making for its fourth record-breaking quarter in a row. However, investment in other Grayscale products also saw an increase, with an increase of 35% over the first quarter of this year. According to the report, 84% of all investment in the quarter came from institutional investors, with new investors accounting for $124.1 million of inflows and 57% of the investor base. Japan's government is expected to include the idea of a digital yen in its forthcoming economic plan, according to an article from Nikkei. The decision to pursue a central bank digital currency, or CBDC, has not been without detractors in the country, with its central bank itself having expressed trepidation in the past. A report from Cointelegraph on the subject points out that China's rapid development of a CBDC has accelerated Japan's own plans for a digital currency. In an interview with Cointelegraph, Kozo Yamamoto, a Liberal Democratic Party member of the House of Representatives in the country and a former official at its Ministry of Finance, said, quote, "If Japan doesn't issue a digital currency and people in the world use other digital currencies, the Japanese yen will be forgotten and lose its sovereignty." End quote. Crypto-based travel company Travala.com recently partnered with online travel giant Expedia, which trades on the Nasdaq under the ticker symbol EXPE, in a move to expand its platform. According to Cointelegraph, the site has already seen a spike in its business, with a booking revenue increase of 75% in the 2 weeks after the partnership. Travala.com CEO Juan Otero told the publication, quote, "We're also seeing a sharp increase in the number of bookings paid with cryptocurrencies, particularly in the native AVA token as the preferred crypto payment option after Bitcoin, from 59% of total bookings in June paid with cryptocurrencies to almost 70% so far in July, following the recent partnership with Expedia." End quote. He went on to say, quote, "The easing of travel restrictions has definitely impacted our recovery. However, the acceleration of growth we're witnessing since the partnership with Expedia is significant. As we partner with more leading travel suppliers like Expedia, the Travala.com platform becomes more and more competitive." End quote. That does it for today's Crypto Corner. If you would like to be a guest or sponsor for this podcast, contact InvestorIdeas.com. Investor Ideas reminds all listeners to read our disclaimers and disclosures on the InvestorIdeas.com website, and this podcast is not an endorsement to buy products, services, or securities. Investors are reminded all investment involves risk and possible loss of investment. To hear more InvestorIdeas.com podcasts, please visit InvestorIdeas.com/audio. And a reminder, you can also hear our podcasts on Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio.com, and Google Play Music.